TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? I'm so excited.
Get it, Malachi.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in on another episode of Dating #NoFilter here at AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Brianna Cheyenne. As promised, we have Malachi here.
Let's go.
What's up? Thank you so much for coming in.
It's lit. Let's get it.
It is lit. So, as usual, we're going to run down these amazing, awkward, goofy couples that we had on tonight's episode. And, of course, I always have the lovely angels with me. Angel and Angel. Ding. Ding, ding.
Come on, Ryan. Let's get on it, Ryan.
Ding.
We have our own sound effect. Come on, boys.
We need like a halo sound.
So we're gonna make sure that we have Malachi answer a couple questions during our interview segment, and we have relationship horror stories as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, let's start with the ladies and then work this way.
Okay.
What'd you guys think of the episode? Overall thoughts?
I thought tonight's episode was fun as usual. I'm glad that we did have a match with the guys. I thought originally that they were going to hit it off, and then they didn't, and then they did. I was like, oh, it's right.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly thought Charles and Jolie, that was such a corny date. It was really painful to watch. And the cereal eating, I can't get with it. So
We're going to get into that because you guys were very passionate about the fact that they went...
A few things.
Like, I'm not going to fake. I had
cheapest dates ever.
Yeah. Malachi, what'd you think about the
I thought
dates?
it was cool. I felt like the cereal guy kind of stole the show. He was almost like...
Did you like him?
Nah, not really, but it was funny. I thought he was funny. He's like, it's fire. And then he was just giving him an awkward look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the guy that worked there.
Yeah. I didn't like the guy on that date, though.
Okay,
I thought that guy was super corny. Like, I didn't even think the girl was corny. I just thought it was so awkward for her, like, dealing with him. Like,
it definitely was.
Yeah.
He showed up in a bow tie.
He did. Not bow tie.
Game time.
It was
With
too
the
big for
ballet
his
guy
neck.
jacket on.
Yes. Okay, well, before we go all the way in on Charles, let's start off with Jameson and Gregorio. Now, they hit it off kind of rough in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. When I go on a date, I'm not expecting him to pull up in a car and think I'm going to wash it.
Man, no, like the host said, she's like, this isn't a date. He's running errands. Are they gonna go to a cell phone store next to get his like phone screen fixed? Like that was dumb.
Yeah.
It was insulting. I feel like it was a genuine waste of time.
And I felt like they had no balance. Like, they didn't go somewhere nice afterwards. Then it was just like a cookout out the trunk. That was really
They didn't cook anything. It was a straight picnic basket.
I've already said, like, from a past show that I hate picnics because I would really like to just sit at a table, like, have a waiter come to me, like, have some hot food. Like, I'm sorry, after all this, like, working and, like, washing cars, I don't want grapes. Like, I would have bat that out of his hand. I don't want grapes. I would have knocked those grapes out of his hand so quick. Like, give me a burger, some pasta.
He did.
No, he liked Jameson and what Jameson could offer. He didn't like the grapes.
Okay, well, let's start off. Let's start off at the fact that Gregorio didn't even like Jameson at the beginning.
Not physically. No.
Yeah, not physically. He didn't like the fact that he had a nice car. He's like, show. Yeah,
He
he's
was
like,
hating
show
on
off.
his own
He was
date.
a hater.
How do you hate on your own date?
Let
That
me
just
tell you
seems
something.
wrong.
If my date pulls up in a nice car, the last thing I'm going to do is be like, oh, he's showing off. I'm going to say, ooh, I look good in this car. I'm a nice accessory, so I don't mind.
I don't even know if I would have considered that a nice car. I'd just been like, oh, cool, he have a car. Like, I would be
He
like,
has
whoa.
a car because, after all, you know, it wasn't foreign.
So annoying. So during the date, Gregorio kind of introduced the whole physical aspect, and he said, so what do you like in bed? And Jameson said that he's looking for a connection, and I was kind of surprised by that answer.
Interception. I like that.
What do you mean?
Like, he was taking it in one direction, and he's like, let me
he intercepted
really
it.
back.
Football.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
I was
in
like,
sports.
girl, look.
I completely lost
Brie are
Brie.
like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
it's
Got you. I got you now. I got you.
Okay.
tackle.
What did you guys think about the
Shut up, Angel.
there was a really big age gap. 35, 37, almost 40. Let's round those numbers up. He's almost 40.
It was 25
and 37. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about the age difference?
It didn't bother me, but I thought it was weird that kid was like, I'm 18. Like,
Yeah. Like,
why would
like,
you
I
joke
get
like
it's
that?
funny, but like it's kind of not. It kind of
It
throws
was
off
very
the vibe.
creepy.
Yeah, like I definitely would not want a date to do that to me. Like,
Especially on TV.
yeah,
'cause
and you
what
really are older than them, and then they're playing younger, and you're just like
waiting for
oh.
Chris Hansen to come
Or
out.
like, what
Okay.
if Jameson was cool with him being 18?
And then it's creepy either way. Like, it's a lose-lose. Like, okay.
No, like they could literally make that moment a meme because it was just that off. It was very off.
So much of it, this whole show is a meme, basically.
Especially Charles.
Yeah.
You hate Charles.
We're gonna get to Charles.
I don't know if he did not like Charles as much as I did not like Charles. Whatever was on the side of his mouth the whole time was distracting.
Okay.
I didn't really see it.
You guys, y'all gotta let us work up to Charles now. Come on.
Okay, sorry.
So
we gonna fall back.
with Gregorio, he was really giving him a hard time. He was extra salty, extra sassy. He called him spicy. And it just, I don't know. At first, I'm like, why is he being like this? He's really nasty. But then if you think about it, Jameson said that he likes when people bust his balls, and he feels like that means that you like them.
But Jameson also seemed like he was stressed out about it a little bit. It didn't seem like, ooh, he's sassy, I like him. It was like,
You think so?
It got weird. He was being mean the whole time.
He was really mean
That would
at
be
first.
annoying if you were on a date
Yeah.
with someone you might like them and they're just being mean over and over again. Like
Yes.
after the second time, you're over it. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Why'd you make that noise?
What?
Oh, because you seemed like you were gonna say something.
No. I was actually agreeing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they ended up hitting it off. They had a nice little smooch at the end.
Uh-oh.
So do you guys think that this is something that could develop into something serious?
I don't know. I feel like in that culture, there's a lot of forwardness. So it's like not a big whoop that they
Yes,
kiss
that's
because
regular.
it's
It's
like,
like,
okay, like they
what's
probably.
That's a thing.
What's your name?
Wait a minute, are you a top or a bottom?
Right.
That's
Introduction.
Yeah.
That's how they
definitely.
started off on here.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll just see what happens. Angel, you have a special announcement.
I sure do, because before we even keep talking about this crazy date, these crazy dates, we have to let our fans know thank you so much for watching us and making us the ESPN of TV talk. But for us to continue to grow, we need your help. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hop in the comments. Go ahead, watch us, give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, anything like that, give us a 5-star rating. And, just have fun. Tell your friends about it and continue to watch us. And we appreciate it so much.
Ding. So, we always have a subtopic related to the couples. And it seemed like materialism played a really big role in, between Jameson and Gregorio, between the cars and the clothes and just the physical aspects. But I want to know from you guys, what is too much when it comes on to showing off? Not just on a first date, but
Can I go
in a
first?
relationship.
Wait. First, who was showing off?
Well, Gregorio feels like Jameson
Y'all
was
were not
showing off
impressed
with the
that
car.
Y'all are not impressed.
Not at all. I was
So-
not impressed.
Okay,
It wasn't even foreign.
It wasn't even foreign.
That's what they said.
Other than the Chevy, what else was
Right,
being
a
shown
Chevy.
Look,
His
I'm just
Daisy
telling
Dukes?
you what Gregorio...
off? He had on Daisy Dukes.
He has nice
and
legs.
a jacket.
He has nice legs.
But what I will say about showing off, I do hate when a guy does it too much, because it's like, after a while, it's like, shut up. Like, STFU, like, for real. Like,
But what's one thing that you would say, you know what, that he does too much?
Name dropping.
yeah, clout
That's
chasing,
a
name
LA
dropping.
regular
That's a
thing.
LA
That's a big
It's-
thing now.
Because it's like, if you're doing all this to make me talk to you, then you don't care if I really like you for you. So it's like, I don't know, this is kind of
Yes.
shallow
You
and
like
dumb.
diminish your own value by
Yeah.
throwing other valuable people at me. It's
Yeah.
like, so you want me to chase the value in them and not in you.
Yeah.
Malachi's
Where's
like,
your
I name
value?
drop all the
I know
time.
Malachi like, dang, I gotta stop doing it.
I'm just saying.
Depends.
Nah, I don't want to hear. I mean, probably before we go out, we're probably gonna like look on each other's social media or something. Like I can already see what you're about.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
you're a
need for
researcher.
you.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
It's
like
so
I
easy
don't.
now.
Not necessarily everybody.
You don't do a little
Sometimes I
research?
do, but there's people that I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just depends.
I definitely do, and I'll probably also send a picture to my friends just in case I get kidnapped. They know where I'm at and who I was with.
There's
Share
a
that
picture.
location.
Share
Yeah,
location.
like this is
Nobody's
this is where
safe
I'm
with Angel.
I watch Lifetime, so
Just to let you know.
yeah. But I've probably already seen what you're about, so I don't need you constantly like, oh, I know such and such, or oh, I did this, or oh, I make this much money. It's like shut up.
let it
like
speak
let's
for
just
itself.
like let's just have a good time. But now you get on my nerves, so bye.
I feel you.
Bye.
Well, I'm really glad that you're here because it's always just us ladies, so we get a guy's perspective.
Yes.
So from
much
a
needed.
yeah, it is
got
much because
you.
we're pretty biased sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like I'm back at Howard right now. Howard is like all
That
female.
rent that
Oh,
you
yeah.
It was like 80% females. when
You
I was
guys,
there.
Malachi and I went to Howard University together.
HU, we in the
we
house.
weren't friends, so don't ask.
HU
didn't
to
really
LA.
know.
We friends now. Though,
Yeah, we're
so
friends
it's all
now.
good.
So I heard.
Bison.
But I do want to know from a guy's perspective, what's something that you experienced with a girl that really turned you off and it made you look at her like, wow, you really aren't as poppin' as you think you are.
Well, definitely the clout chasing and name dropping from girls is unattractive, which is weird because normally like materialism and flexing like that doesn't really turn me off. Like I don't care if she has money or if she's popping, she wants to show that.
Right.
That's
'Cause then she doesn't
attractive.
have to
That's
rely
cool.
on you.
Yeah. But when they're doing like name dropping and then trying to go wherever, whatever's the coolest thing to do all the time, like that definitely gets annoying because it's like, what do we have in common?
So
Like,
there's a difference between the materialism and the thirst.
yeah, definitely
You're saying,
big
like,
difference.
those
Yeah.
are mutually
Yeah, because people be
exclusive.
in their own world, in their own career, in their own life, but they might be flexing just because that's where they're at in their life. You know, they're comfortable where they're at. They want to spend a bunch of money. They want to live life a certain way. That's cool. I can respect that. But like name dropping and clout chasing is different. You're just trying to do whatever just to caring about what other people are doing and saying about it. Some people are materialistic just because they feel like that's something that they want to do at that time that's cool for them and going to benefit them, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, Malachi, I have a question for you, and I don't know like how much you're able to talk about. Like, if the dating no filter people told you, okay, don't mention this on the show, so you can like,
oh, I know what you're gonna ask.
you can just pass if you can't answer the question.
Let's do it.
My question is, do y'all have to stay on the dates? Because we've watched, I think we're on episode 7 now, and we've watched some pretty bad dates, and it's like, if this is real life and I'm on like a date, I would get up and leave with some of these people with the stuff that they're doing.
that had happened. That's what I thought.
We
No
haven't
one
seen
has?
anybody like leave.
I heard they had said one had got cut short that they were
Maybe
filming
they
right
didn't
before.
air it because all the ones that make it to TV, they do like the physical date and then go out to eat.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's got cut in the first. I think even that one they were telling me about was like it got cut maybe on that second part got cut short because it does kind of end. You know what I mean? If you're staying
Abruptly.
and going, well, just when it dies out, I think, or there's an end closing. You know, you could keep going longer, but some people are not into each other. And it's just like, oh yeah, we're out. Especially if one
like-
person's not feeling it. It's like.
Last week there was a date. This guy just kept on talking about how much he was like a butt man.
Yeah.
And he loved like girls' butts and stuff.
and he had
took
the
girl-
whitest girl, like with the flattest butt.
Yeah, and he was like, oh my gosh, she's got such a nice ass. And he was just like, he was creepy with it. She was like so
The
slim.
date was a twerk
So
session.
he took
Yeah.
her to a twerking class, and like, mind you, they had no rhythm
Ripped
whatsoever.
off. I
They,
gotta.
they were on all fours on the ground, but they were like doing like this.
That's what I was
Like,
thinking.
it was horrible. But
It
he
was a shoulder twerk and not an ass twerk.
and he was watching her the whole time. Like literally, he's like looking back, like, "Ooh, your mama gave you that." I'm like, first of all, gave you what? Second of all, you're creepy. But they still went on the second part of the date to go out to eat.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
But she wasn't feeling him. Like she felt
yeah,
the
she
creepy
was
vibe.
making
Yeah,
faces,
it was very obvious.
Like, so I'm like, do y'all have to stay on these dates?
No, I don't think you had to stay. I think you could end it. I think they encourage you to definitely like, oh, hey, well, give it another chance. We're going to do more stuff. I think you're definitely
Yeah.
encouraged to, at least do both parts. But if you're over it, you can leave it. You can end it.
Yeah.
So, tell me another thing. Does production pay for the date, or are you guys coming out of your
Because they
pockets?
are
'Cause
cheap.
I've seen some very simple dates on the
Yeah,
show.
I mean, they paid for it. So it was like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
why does this dude get his car washed on tonight's
What are they paying? Like, they giving him a bag of quarters? Like, here you go.
No, I mean,
Go get your car
I
washed.
washed my car on there too, so I'm like, relax,
On the show?
relax. Yes. In my intro, they had me like washing my car.
On the intro, but
They pulled
wasn't
up.
a
They
part of
pulled
it.
up. My car was dirty too, and
I
I'm
was
like,
like, yo. Oh,
I guess this is what I
they
do.
encouraged you to wash your car because it wasn't a good look for the show.
You said it wasn't?
No, it was just
he was just
B-roll.
It was, yeah. It was part of my like
It was
intro,
just
like
B-roll.
my pre-date.
Yeah.
I have a car
In
wash,
his
which is
page.
not true.
And they told you to do that?
I mean, I guess they didn't tell. I just had to do different stuff that I do. You know, I had my car. Like, I don't really. I guess if I do get a car wash before a date, I'm not washing it myself. Like, I'm not a hand washing guy. Like,
Same.
it's kind of weird.
I'm not a guy either.
But let's
Wash
get
your
into
car is weird?
all right. Let's get
Lord.
into weird, guys, because we got to move on to Jolie and Charles.
oh yeah, cannot forget them.
So Jolie and Charles, they go on this
I
rap
can.
date. They go to the studio. Would you make a song with Charles if you could give him
No,
some? Okay.
no.
So they go ahead. They meet Yo-Yo. That's dope. And
I think that was the
like-
highlight of the day.
The
That
guy,
was the highlight.
I was
serial guy,
hoping
he was a
Yo-Yo.
smash.
Yeah.
No, I was hoping
It's
that the girl
fire.
in the chair with Yo-Yo was Hazel E, but it wasn't.
I don't know why you were hoping that girl.
She's entertaining.
Bree, simmer down
They're
the
teaming up
shade.
on you.
What? You like Hazel E?
No.
No, you.
No, I was saying simmer down on the shade.
Oh.
Chucking
Simmer
that
down.
shade.
Sorry,
Now,
Hazel,
simmer
if you're
down now.
watching. So anyway, Jolie says that she's not really feeling the chemistry at the end of the day, even
Who
though
would be?
but Charles is oblivious. He's in heaven. He's feeling her. He's really excited.
Just dropped a track.
He has a lot of energy, and I'm just like, yo, what are you on?
He is. He's
I
dancing
think he was
while
overly
he's
excited.
ordering.
You know, it was a big deal for him.
He
I feel
was
like.
dumb. She said, no.
That's that.
He asked, where are you from? And she said Taiwan. He was like, oh, I'm going to have to visit you there. And
Yeah.
they're like, she
So
lives
stupid.
here.
He was
She's on
nervous.
the
He was
date.
nervous. You know, when you're nervous,
No,
you just
like,
say something.
He
and then you're
literally
like,
did not know Taiwan was another country. Like,
Yeah.
Or he did know, but he just
Yeah, he
thought
was-
that she was still living there, and that's why he said, I'm going to come visit you.
she
Yeah.
is as American as apple
So
pie.
none of us were fans of Charles. I'm gonna admit, I was a fan of the girl though. Like this.
I
girl,
did like Jolie.
Me
I
too.
thought that's why it's like I hate how they
She
pair.
was a team player
Man, they
because
be
she
having some
went
weird
with it.
pairs
I
sometimes.
think they make it bad on purpose. Like I think
Yeah.
you tell them what you want, and then they get the opposite.
No, like I've said that before. I feel
that's
like,
how I felt on mine.
Yes, you definitely got your
Yes.
opposite. No, like you know it was.
So
his
you don't
opposite.
still talk to her?
No, heavens no.
That was
For
not even
what?
the
What are we gonna
second
talk
He
about?
said for what? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Because
You
I have to-
remember how awkward his date was, right?
She
I don't
did
remember the
nothing.
girl.
She did nothing.
I don't remember the girl's face.
No one
Remember,
does. I
no,
don't.
it was the session where they had to draw ding dongs.
I remember.
Why'd they do me like that?
date.
The other guy got
Yeah.
people twerking.
Well, you drew your
I
own
woke up in the
ding-dong.
morning. Yeah, but they brought in a naked guy as soon as I got on set. I'm
brought
like,
in-
hilarious.
why is this how
As
we're
a straight
starting?
couple,
Like,
they had him drawing a penis.
why?
It's like,
Why did
Okay,
I?
wait. We gotta finish Jolie and Charles
Okay.
Right.
because I have to talk about this. So they got on the topic of Mother's Day, and he says that he's throwing a party, but it's for his birthday, and he says, "Well, why do I
I
need
had
to
to share his day.
share his day?"
I know
I
y'all
need to
mad
with my
about
mom.
that.
I need
What?
first reactions
Bad. That's
on,
bad.
you know, how you guys felt. Starting with you, Malachi, as a guy. How'd you take that?
Nah, that was bad because it's like you gotta appreciate the relationship with your mom, and like a lot of women, you know, how you treat your mother, that's how you'll treat the woman you're with. So it's like he was basically like disrespecting, downplaying his mother right off the rip
yeah.
on the first date.
Yes.
With someone he doesn't know. I
On
was like,
TV.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she
But-
kind of raised him, so I'm not big mad.
shots,
Yeah.
shade.
Simmer down the
truth,
shade on
but
Joe.
truth though. Yeah, but I thought it was a bad move, you know. But he was just, I don't know if he was excited or nervous or what, but
He was
yeah,
dumb, like I said.
straight
I
up.
think I don't know. What do
Let's
you think?
have him on the show. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know how we're gonna find him,
Is
but
that how y'all pick y'all special guest? Oh, he's dumb. Bring him in here. I'm like, so happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen.
No, like
What did you think?
We actually grabbed you because you started following me. Did you start following me because you saw the YouTube after show?
Potentially, yes.
Potentially.
Yes.
Okay, pause. This is AfterBuzz TV. What did you think about Charles's comment about birthdays and Mother's Day?
It just made an ugly situation even uglier. Like, I thought he was already a douchebag, but it just kind of confirmed it for me.
Okay.
Well, I thought that comment was rude and selfish, but he followed it up with being mad that his date had to go to the hospital and he couldn't finish running. So,
because he said, I spent all this money and all this time on this date, and now
he was even talking about the gas money. I'm like, dang, you broke, you big broke, like
this girl
gas issue.
So, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Where do you live?
All right, so I need to know how important, and not just with the mother relationship, but how important is it that your partner gets along with your family all together? Because how important is that?
I think that's super important. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like your partner, that's going to be your new family. You know, you might start a family with that person. So the way they treat your family, that's how they're going to treat you. That's how they're going to treat, you know what I'm saying, if you guys are going to have kids or whatever. So I think it's super important. And that's like a thing to just take note of in life, because you're like, oh, this is how they treat them. This is how they're going to treat me. Okay. It's like a big red flag.
Oh, claps.
Got an applause.
Got an applause.
Okay.
I liked it.
What do you think, Anjel? How important is it?
My mom is my filtering process. I share my dates with her. I do send her pictures and license plate numbers.
That me too.
But so I share my experience with my mom, and she's biased, but she's non-biased because she knows like all of my downfalls. So she can kind of like have her own perception of how the conversation went or how the date went. And so, yeah, it's so important for them to not just know my mom, but love my mom, because she will be a huge topic of our conversations, as will their moms.
So it's
I love mommies. That's just who I am.
That's good.
And I agree with you guys as well. It's like, you can't come into my life and like not get along with my family. Like, you have to be respectful, not only to my family, but anybody around. Like, you know, don't be rude to the waiter. Like, treat everybody with respect. And like, we see like in headlines, like for example, with Blueface got into it with his mom and sister, and like those girls.
I forgot I was a crib.
No, but it's like those girls like didn't step in and say, you know, don't talk to your mom like that. Like, they were cool with it, and it's like, I wouldn't even want to be with somebody who talks to their family like that. I feel like they ended up getting the same
treatment already.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So they know their place. Not to step out
and it's also important that you get along with your person's family. I thought about this when y'all were talking. Back in high school, I dated this guy that was kind of like hood or whatever, and I was by his house one time, and his mom was playing with his sister's baby, and she was like calling the baby in a playful way, but in a like ghetto playful way. She was like, "You ugly monkey," and I'm like, oh my God, like if I ever got like knocked up and like, you would never call my child that. Like, I don't know. I feel like family is very important, and you have to know what you're dealing with, because you call my child that, it's a problem.
Definitely a problem.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, it's definitely important to get along with my mom, because she's going to know every aspect of our relationship. Right. Like, you low-key going to be dating her too, and she's not going anywhere.
Like, even in the bed.
She's going to know every complaint I have, but also the good things, and you're going to want her on your side, because my mom keeps me sane. So when I'm wildin' and you don't know what to do, you better call Marjorie.
Do you get
Better call Marjorie.
Better call Marjorie. She's gonna have to answer.
Bree, do you give your mom bedroom details too?
We actually just worked up to that level of comfort of not giving too much detail, because eventually she'll just be like, "Oh, Brianna, please stop."
I don't want to hear that.
But I'll say something like, "Yeah, Mommy, you know, I've hung out with him in this way and that way," and I'll just give her
this way and that way. Yeah,
that was really generic.
Because if I say it in a certain way, she knows what I mean. And then
you guys have a code.
We have that.
A built-up
we have that
code.
Bond. Like, it's just kind of unspoken. You just hear the tone, and
I
then
do
she picks
not
up
give my
on
mom
it.
details.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's I think it's interesting because my mom is very different from me. So watching her reactions and stuff like that, I'm entertained by her how uncomfortable she gets.
No, that'd be fun sometimes.
So it looks like Malachi has a fan in the live chat.
Okay.
Ryan says, "Love Malachi."
Love Malachi.
Even though he spelled his name
wrong,
wrong twice.
Malachai, Maliki,
okay.
something. Yeah, love is love. Love and respect.
So while we have you, Malachi, we have a couple questions for you.
Uh-oh.
I'll start off.
Whoa.
So,
Okay.
your dating life.
Mm-hmm.
You're single right now, right?
Yes, I am.
At what point did you?
Oh, see?
At what point did you tape your episode? Like, what month was that in?
I wish I could remember. It
Was
a
it
while
this
ago,
year?
though. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say like 3 months ago.
3 months.
I'm about to say your hair looks a little longer.
Because I saw an interesting picture on your Instagram that I wanted to ask you about. Can we pull that up real quick? It's you and a young lady.
I love that picture.
Yes.
Us at the club, perhaps.
Oh,
And
Malachi.
I want some. I just want some clarification on who she
You've got two
is.
different ones. Okay, this. Yes.
Poppy.
Yes, I love
Because you
Poppy.
called her Bae.
Yeah, I called her Bae.
And so I want to know, as well, the ladies that might be watching and feel like they missed their shot with you. Who is Bae?
This is honestly just one of my friends. She's from London. This was this is the night we met. We went out to Poppy, and we thought this was funny because we were obviously drunk, and we went in the photo booth.
And you kissed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
See, and I'm going to cut in right there. And of course, this isn't a dating show. This is just a panel. But I will say that would be such a turn off for me. Like, if I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh, he's cute. And then I see, oh, it's a girl. Like, I'm checked out immediately. I'm
Yeah.
Me too.
It's been slowing me down, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Oh,
I think
a kiss
she's
with
cool.
a girl. Ha ha.
I don't know. I like it. I like kissing
So
girls.
are you
know.
actively dating right now? Like, are you
Yeah.
looking for someone to settle down with? Or are you kind of
Yeah.
just having fun?
I'm trying to do both.
You can't do both.
I know. I've been trying. It hasn't really been working. I feel like
down.
ended up doing neither, but
Yeah.
I would like to do both.
So
And then I will also be like, if that's how you play with your friends, then bye.
Right. Like, you can't have
Like,
friends.
bye. Like, she would never be able to, like, hang out with us.
But how I was single, you know what I mean? That is my friend. We hung out. It was fun. You know, that's funny. You know what I mean?
But
Like that wouldn't happen if I had a girl. I would still be friends with her.
judging me already.
No
Yeah,
judgment.
that's fun.
No judgment at all. But say, like, one of us, like, we're your significant others. There's no way you thought you were going to bring her around after that.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I'm just
that
saying.
friend? Nah,
That-
she not
oh, no.
invited.
Yeah,
to
no,
nothing
I've
we
been
doing.
through that. I've been through
Yeah.
that, but it's like there's ways around that.
So you're single,
Oh shoot.
mingling,
He's sneaky.
kind of searching,
Nah,
but not
nah.
really searching.
I'm searching.
You are searching.
I'm searching.
How many wives do you plan to have at one time?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would love to have more than one, but even one would be amazing.
Just
I'm
one?
at none, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll take
Wait,
what
did
I
I
can
hear
get.
the question correct?
Yeah, that was an awesome question. Thank you. I love that.
I mean, I was feeling his energy on that level. I was like, oh, okay, so he's the kind that, I can have more than one.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out to the zombies. Hopefully, the more the merrier.
Okay.
So you had a question also.
I do have a question for you, Malachi. I would like to know, also from something that we saw on your social media, would you consider yourself a troll?
Yes, 100%. Definitely, I would. Yeah.
For anybody,
Shout out to our producer for pulling that up.
for anybody who's listening to this on iTunes
Somebody had
that
to
can't
do it.
see,
I'm the chosen one.
we're looking at Malachi with a MAGA hat on.
It's a small one though. I didn't get the world's largest MAGA
Right.
hat. Right now, I have a regular size one. I know there's some.
And it's
larger
very
ones going
red,
around.
guys, for you listening on iTunes. It's a very red hat.
Did you pay for that and
I
support
did
them,
not.
or do you have a friend who you got it from?
I have a friend who I got it from. Shout out to Shapiro. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
Shapiro.
Yeah.
Shapiro is a African American guy.
No, he's actually not. He's not.
I didn't think he was.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, I'm glad to know that you're a troll.
Okay.
So
This
explain
reassuring.
what you mean by a troll.
A troll is just someone that kind of lurks for
You're
make
trying
trouble.
to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It starts conversations, you know what I'm saying? It just...
And I felt like you didn't take it too seriously because we knew you were coming on the show, so of course we like looked at your stuff. And after I saw the MAGA hat, I was like,
Yeah, I know.
So I was looking at the comments and people were like, unfollowing, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And your response to everything, LOL.
Facts.
LOL. So I'm like, he don't
Smiley
care.
face.
Doesn't care at all.
He's like, do you see how many followers I got? Unfollow.
Yeah.
They left though. A lot of people did leave, but it was weird because a lot of people came, which was kind of strange. Like people from Indiana,
Did
some
you
conservative
hashtag
people.
that, MAGA?
No, I didn't, because I was like she knows I was trolling. So like my caption was like, "I'm the chosen one." Somebody had to do it because like Trump said that. Like he's been saying a bunch of dumb stuff, and
I
I've
don't
been seeing the
listen.
clips. Yeah, they get him saying dumb stuff like every day, and then
Yeah.
he just tries to defend it. So that was something he had said, so I put it there.
Did y'all see that clip? Well, and I'm gonna leave it at that because the show is not about Trump. But the clip when he said a category 5, I've never even heard of that, and it was just like a compilation of him saying that at every press conference. Like, how do you say every time? I've never heard of that. It's
Again
just
and again, yeah.
I want to know what are some things that you're working on? Because you out here in LA, you're a bison. You know, we don't just come out here.
We
and
don't
do
play.
it.
We got to
just
do
it
everything,
small.
right?
So what's going on?
Yeah, I'm working on some different stuff. I'm working on recording music again, getting back into recording music, also doing a podcast. You know, we're
Okay.
trying to be like you guys here, trying to be like this, you know? So we're working on that. Also trying to do like a girls group, like a brand. I don't know if anyone's familiar with like Ignite or like Vixen, but those are like female brands, groups,
I know
whatever.
Vixen.
Yeah, I'm trying to form something like that. Not as raunchy as that, not in their industry.
Oh, look
but,
at you.
Yeah, something like that. A little bit more like entertainment based, a little bit more like actresses, business women, stuff like
nice.
that. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's dope. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Wow.
Then I got blessed. I got to go to Howard on academic scholarship, went there,
Hey.
and
Oh,
then
so
came
he's
to
smart,
LA.
smart.
You know. When I'm not trolling. If I'm not
Right.
trolling,
He's not trolling.
if I'm trolling, it might be the opposite. It might just, it's lit. It's lit.
It's lit.
What about Netflix?
LOL.
You mentioned something about
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Netflix in December. I'm a runway model on a show Next in Fashion, so I'm super
okay.
excited about that. I met a
Yeah.
bunch of super dope models on the show, designers, and it's a dope show. I think it's gonna really like change fashion, being able to just go on Netflix and watch a competition show
that's amazing.
between top designers. So.
Okay. So the show is about the designers being in
Right,
competition.
right. But I was just super excited
Nice.
to be one of the fashion
Yeah,
models.
yeah,
And it's like
absolutely.
I'm interested in designing style, the whole thing. So to be able to see it and how it's
Yeah.
going, what they're making was like so dope for me.
And how tall are you?
I'm like 6'5". I know if the Lakers don't have a good season, I'm gonna just try out next year.
Hey.
by default.
Yeah.
When in doubt, join the NBA.
Right?
Well, since we are on Dating No Filter, hashtag No Filter, it's a dating show. For the ladies, do you have a type?
That's a good question.
I do. I've been like, it changes though.
Yeah.
Over, you know what I'm saying? Because it's changed. My type used to be like, I really like tall, light-skinned girls, like, you know what I'm saying? And then
People that look like you. Okay.
Because he would, yeah, basically.
but not necessarily though, because I used to always like thick girls. I'm like super skinny. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily
subtract.
just look
Yeah.
like me. But yeah, then
Wait, so they have to be tall, light skinned, and thick?
he
that was a thing. That was a thing. That was a thing. That
But
was
what
a
do you want
thing.
now?
He wants,
The
like, a New
2019
Orleans
Malachi wants what?
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
That's your ideal prototype.
You were wrong.
Not necessarily like the type, but her like.
Physically, or is it as a person?
Yeah, I like her
Is
as a
it
person. The
before
physical
plastic
was like I
surgery
never.
Or after?
I don't think
Kendall.
Kendall has
Oh,
any.
Kylie.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so
I
go
like
ahead.
Kendall.
Get the K's mixed up.
What was the question?
Is it the inside that you like her as a person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that. Her type is dope too, though. I think she's like a beautiful model. She's Model-esque. I like her look. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
And she's
But that's
not
not like
extra.
my type though, because I know a bunch of girls that like her, and it's not like I'm not like drawn to all of them.
All right, fair enough. Well, you look like Kendall. Slide in them DMs,
Hey.
Or if you're Kendall.
or if you
Yeah,
are Kendall.
preferably if you're.
But I think she's dating a basketball player right now.
For real?
I think so. It's hard to
I'll
keep
find
up.
out. I'll find out, but I don't think so right now.
So, like,
ahead.
sorry. So, is it like a certain look you're going for? Like, could she be black and look like Kendall?
100%.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? in my dating life, I've mainly dated black girls. You know what I'm saying? I can't like even think of a white girl I've dated seriously. But I've recently been hanging out with more white girls, you know. I'm open to it more than I ever have been, you know, but cool. I've never really had like a white girl that's my girlfriend. I talked to white girls when I was in Indiana because that's like all it was. But once I went to Howard, I started dating black girls, and that's what I got used to. So even when I moved to LA, that's still what I was doing, you know?
Yeah.
Bring some extra over there. Anytime you say Howard, she likes it.
Hey.
That's just what we do.
You gotta rep. You gotta rep the real HU.
Yes. So let's get into special segments because this is one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, ladies, I know you're tired of this song. So mundane.
Yes.
Hey, peace.
Like that.
So, for our special segment, we talk about dating horror stories because that can always go so wrong. And we've had some amazing stories. One of the ladies on this panel ended up in jail one night. Like,
You gonna have to.
Awesome.
right?
That's a date.
So I'm not gonna share my dating horror story tonight because my dating horror story is pretty recent and we still follow each other on social media. I don't want them to like
Hold me back.
Yeah, I am. So since you're a special guest, we'll like to start off with you for the special segment.
Okay. I guess I don't know necessarily if this is a dating horror story, but there was someone that I was dating and she was in an accident, so I went to like go visit her, and like I was like, oh, this is gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be with her, like, cause she broke her ribs in a car, and then like, but it was like I got there. And, like, I don't know if it's because she was on drugs or we hadn't seen each other. Because, you know, like, she was in pain. So she was on pain. But she was, like, super, super on me. And she's like, please don't leave. Oh, my gosh, please kiss me. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, and she was like...
It's probably the drugs.
Yeah, I don't know. But she, like, damn near forced me to hook up with her while she was in the hospital with broken ribs.
Wait, what? Hook up like sex?
Yes.
You had sex in the hospital?
Yes.
My friend did that before, so I can't even say.
But that's not, it wasn't lit. Like, I felt, like, scared and weird. Like, it was not lit. It sounds lit, but it wasn't lit. It was like, really weird.
Because it was uncomfortable?
Yeah, like, is someone going to come in? Am I going to go to jail? Am I going to break her ribs worse? Like, this is like, you know what I mean?
That is hilarious. I love that. I love that.
That is so traumatic. Like,
yeah, that was a weird thing. I wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I went over there with flowers thinking I'm just going to be sitting there. She's going to be like asleep or hurt.
And then if you didn't, she'd probably cry and she's already vulnerable.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh my God.
That should be like written into a movie.
Yes.
Like, that's hilarious.
ew.
On Joe?
Yeah.
Did she have her hospital breath too?
Hospital breath?
Yeah, you know how people have been in the hospital and they just have this
Nah, because
smell.
it was, that's what I was saying. It was kind of fresh. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
She knew you were
Oh,
coming.
she was ready. So she wasn't high at all. She was very sober.
She knew you was coming.
She was ready.
She was like, this was a near-death experience. It's brought me closer to the man of my dreams.
Yeah.
Right here, right now.
Okay, Anjo, you have a story?
I don't have a horror story. I have a good story.
Yes, finally.
Yes. Let me just shed a little light on you guys.
Please.
So there was this guy, I went out with him, and I was like okay about, you know, his looks. It was like okay. I was going outside of my comfort zone, and it ended up being a really dope date because he did things I've never done before. Like when I met him, he was like, let's just walk down the street and this is where we're going. And we went into this skyscraper. We like went into this corporate looking building, and we went up to like the 40-something floor, and it had a slide that was going from one floor down to another floor, like in the middle of the sky. And it's all see-through. So it's kind of like you're on a see-through slide. And anyone with the fear of heights, so your stomach is going to drop because you can literally see the ground in the street. But it was very amazing. And then we went to, after that, we got on a scooter and went to this speakeasy place. So it was down in the basement, and they were playing like jazz music, and it was hella dark and candles, and it was sensual, and
Nice.
the cocktails were fancy, and it was just a really good like it was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a good night. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm sorry.
Now you have a story.
This
That's
is like
some good
super
nights
old.
too. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I remember because when she said the speakeasy part, I remember this guy that I was talking to, I told him that I like John Legend, like that's who I was listening to at the time, and then he took me to like this I guess speakeasy like poetry type thing, but they had like a live band, and he must have known that night that they would be like playing John Legend cover songs. And I was like, but that's thoughtful. Like I told you I like him, and you know that they play him, and you took me there. But I was like petty back then, and I didn't like his name. I thought his name was like geeky. I was like, ew.
Girl.
Well, my story is not necessarily a date. Well, it was a guy that was kind of fresh in my life, and it was like really embarrassing is what happened. I was at Howard, and he lived in no. Well, he lived in another dorm, but he came over to my dorm. We were hanging out. I was in the quad, so I was.
Shout out to the quad.
Quad girls. I was in a triple, so I was at the bottom bunk, and so he came over. He was laid out in my bed, and I was sitting next to him, but kind of on my knees, talking to him. So we were like we were facing each other.
Okay, I'm visualizing this. A couple ways this could
On
work.
your knees, keep going.
On the bed, on my knees, and he was laying down, and I was sitting up. Okay, so I had a wig on. I love a good wig.
As if she needs one.
Change it up sometimes.
And so I was just really into the conversation, and then I get very animated when I talk, and so I went forward and I felt my wig grab on the spring of the bed on top of me, and it like yanked, and I felt the shift, and I was like, oh!
Oh my
And then I pulled, and he was dying laughing.
But you know, the good thing is you have hair. Like would have been
If
real.
you're
but
bald, it's a.
I had Bow Wow braids underneath though.
Hey, shout out to Bow Wow.
But
I blocked him
like
after
if
that.
you
Bow Wow.
He got blocked for your wig.
Because I was embarrassed.
Oh my God.
I think it's even worse like
embarrassed.
if your edges are missing and like, like but at least you have hair.
Edges, yeah. But it's still nobody's ever ready to see Bow Wow braids.
No. That like wigs off is tragic. Yeah.
So, a moment of silence for my wig. Yeah. But that was a fun show. He claps when I say moment of silence.
Oh, no. Not the right one.
So, it was great having you, Malachi.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I came through. It was great talking with you guys.
And then hopefully we can follow up with you, especially if you do this Netflix. Well, you are doing the Netflix thing. So if it's a show that AfterBuzz picks up, maybe we can have you back.
I would love to come back. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. In the meantime, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @IamThe_Cheyenne, CHIANNE. Where can they find you?
On Instagram, Malachi Broadwaters, MALICHI BROADWATR. It's pretty long.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Lit. Hey guys, you can find me on Instagram at Angel. That's like Angel with an E. Last name Taylor _.
And you can find me on Instagram at Angel Saunders, ANGELSAUNDERS.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.